Today, in this class, we will see how to create our own exception subclasses. See the first point. In order to create our own exceptions, just create a subclass of exception. It is very simple to create our own exception subclasses. Only one thing we have to do, just to create a subclass of a class called exception. See in the figure, on the top you can find a throwable class, which is the head of all exceptions, and subclass of throwable is exception. And for this class, if you create a subclass, it means that you are creating an exception. The exception class does not define any methods of its own. It does, of course, inherit those methods provided by the throwable. What is the meaning of this? If you see this, exception class is not having any methods. Because it is a subclass of throwable, whatever the methods that throwable is having, all those methods are inherited to the exception class. See the second point. Thus, all exceptions, including those that we create, have the methods defined by the throwable available to them. They are shown in the table below. What is the meaning of this? Suppose if you create your own exception, how to create own exceptions? Just create a subclass of the exception. If you observe the hierarchy, whatever the methods that are present in the throwable class, all will come to the exception, and whatever the methods that are present in the exception, they all will come to your own exceptions. That is the meaning of it. In the next slide, we will see what are the different types of methods present in the throwable exception. If we want, we can override the methods that we have received from the exception class. And the exception class defines 4 public constructors. 2 of them support the chained exceptions, which is the next topic we will discuss there, and 2 of them are shown here. The first form creates an exception that has no description. That means an object will be created, but there is no description for that object. The second form lets you specify a description of the object. So if you use the second form of constructor, along with the object creation, we can use some description for this, for your own exception, right? And if you see an example program, yes, this is an example program for how to create our own exceptions. This is a lab program, of course. Before I start this program, let me give you a simple example of own exceptions. Suppose if you take any ATM, whenever an user inserts its card and type his PIN number, if at all if you type a PIN number wrong, what should happen? It should give some kind of warning message like you have entered a PIN number wrong, so that the user can understand that he entered the PIN wrong number. Instead of that, if the transaction has been abruptly stopped without giving any message, what user has to feel? User might feel that he has entered the PIN number correct, but it is a a failure of the ATM system. So that possibility is there. If at all if your program or ATM software stops abruptly. So whenever a user does any mistake, your application, inside your application, exceptions will be created, and you have to handle exceptions by using a try and catch block, and appropriate warning messages you have to display. Right? That is the meaning of exception handling. Now coming to our program. In our program, so we are going to ask a user to enter some integer value. If the user enters any value greater than 10, then exception is going to be raised. So what is the condition here? User has to enter any value which must be less than 10. See here, first class myException extends exception. That means this is your class which is acting as a subclass to the exception. So obviously this class becomes your own exception class, right? So what we discussed in that slide, how to create exception, just create a subclass of type exception. It is as simple as that. Now, what is the variable contained inside that? Detail is the variable, and by using the constructor we are giving value to the variable, and there is a method called toStrings which is being overridden. This toString method is present in the throwable class that we are overwriting here, and this is your main class. Exception demo is your main class. So it is having two methods. First one is compute method and second one is main method. Now we will see the program flow. Every program obviously starts with the main method, right? So what is the first statement here? We are calling the compute method, right? And that function or method call is kept in the try block. The reason is this compute method is throwing an exception or might throw an exception. So for that reason, I'm keeping this method call in the try block followed by the catch block. Now see what happens with this method call. Compute 1. What is the value of passing? 1. Come to the compute method. A will receive the value 1. Right? What is the first statement? Called compute of 1 will be printed in the output. Is 1 greater than 10? That is false, right? So no exception will be created. Directly we'll go to the next statement. Next statement is a normal print statement. Normal exit will be printed on the output. So in this case, since because we have entered the value of A at below 10, no exception will be raised. See the second method call, compute of 20. This time you are passing the value 20. So compute is called with value 20. What is the first statement? Called compute of 20 will be printed on the monitor. And if 20 greater than 10, yes, that is true. What happens? Exception is going to be created and it is thrown, right? That means from this point, you are going to go to the, that means you will go to the catch statement, right? So you will come here. Here, what is the only statement? System.out.print in a new line, caught plus E, right? If we have given any description, that description is going to be printed. So this is how this program is going to work. So if you give the value of any value which is less than 10, no exception will be raised. And if you give any value greater than 10, definitely exception is going to be raised. And the next class, we will see the next topic.